Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. This is going to be my part 2 of the video, My Mom Woke Up from a Coma. If you guys haven't seen that video, go and watch that video first, and then as soon as you've done that, come back and listen to me analyse this video. And also, go and make sure you go and watch part 1 of My Mom Woke Up from a Coma, part 1. There's also a video before this video, so this is part 2. Please go and check out part 1 to fully understand my analysis of this story from My Story Animated. And with that said, let's continue with the story.
I decided to jump out and demand the woman leave at once. I startled her, knocking her sunglasses to the ground and things out of her hands. My suspicions were correct. Lisa? She explained that she thought I wasn't home and was just picking up stuff that she had to leave behind. I looked at the ground to see what she was picking up. I reached onto the floor and picked up a little orange medicine bottle and a bunch of loose pills. Your stuff, huh? I asked. Are you poisoning my mom? I told her I knew she was bad, but a murderer? She shook her hands and said she could explain everything. Not poisoning her. I was helping her. I asked what kind of help she was giving. She said it was to be her true self. She told me that she knew my mom back before all of this happened, and she was not the kind and wonderful woman she wanted us all to believe. Lisa didn't want to lose her family to such a monster. So she started to sneak in and add some of these special pills to her medicine bottle. All this time, she had been living in a shed out in the woods. Coincidentally, it was her that screamed in the middle of the night, but only because a raccoon ran into her when she was coming back from breaking into our home. She had been slowly dosing my mom, since right around the time she started to seem to hate me. I told her that it couldn't be true, how my mom had been so sweet and caring until all of that happened. The pills, they made her evil. No, you're wrong. See, these pills are just helping her be more open. She hates you. She wants you dead. Those are her true feelings. These pills only lower inhibition. She said it was better her true colors show now than in a couple of years. I was heartbroken by this response. I yelled at her and accused her of making it up because she was hurt that my dad loved someone else. Deep down, I didn't believe that. Lisa made sense. I guess I would kind of hate me too if I were my mom. Everyone blamed me for what happened. I cried saying I just wanted to be a happy family. And now I have to face my biggest fear, the truth that my own mother wished I was never born. Look, Lisa said, that's all I want to do. Think about how great we had it. You have to admit that things were a lot better before your mom woke up. She placed her hand on my shoulder and took out her wallet. She had a picture of me and her from our last vacation. Don't you miss this? She asked. She may have given birth to you, but I am the closest thing you ever had to a mom. Just stop it, I shouted, dropping to the floor. I feel so guilty even thinking about it. But she was kind of right. Even if my mom wasn't on these pills, she would always secretly hate me. Lisa, on the other hand, had proven time and time again that she loved me. I was left crying on the floor while Lisa slid past me. She handed me a piece of paper with her new number and told me to keep it away from my dad and brother. She then promised me that she would never be back and would never tamper with her pills ever again. But she would leave everything with me, and if I wanted to do it, well, I should give her a call and she would help me out. She had a plan to get our family back together, but it needed both of us to work. I needed to decide the mother I wanted, the one who actually raised me, or the stranger that gave birth to me. I went to flush the pills in the toilet, but something stopped me. I decided to put my mom's bottle back as it was and bring the bag of pills to my room. Why was I hesitating to call the police or toss the pills?
OMG, where do I begin? Okay, number 1, from the beginning of this video, when Lisa was either mentioned or in a flashback, or when Emma was talking on the phone, Lisa came over without the brother and the father knowing. Number 2, Lisa told Emma not to tell the dad and the brother that they were both talking to each other. And when Lisa said earlier in the video saying, yes, I'll see you soon. And yes, Emma should have asked how Lisa knew Emma was in. And for that matter, how did she know that the whole family went to go and see the mother? I mean, think about it. Lisa made Emma promise not to tell the dad or the brother that they had this conversation, and also made a promise to go and see her mother. And after all that, to this part where she catches Lisa all the way to the end of this clip, it is crystal clear that Lisa is manipulating Emma. Okay, I don't want to jinx this because I know for a fact that they're going to look at the comments or listen to other people's videos and what they have to say about this video, and people are going to say, it's clear that Lisa is lying. She's manipulating Emma. So instead, My Story Animated will do the opposite and have Lisa and Emma put Emma's mom in an asylum, and then Lisa will come back, be part of the family again, and the mother will be the main bad guy. I can totally see them doing this. But I'll just say what everybody else is saying. Anyways, and you know what? It's clearly obvious what's happening here. Lisa is manipulating Emma and drugging the mother. She's been sneaking in and changing the mother's pills. And that's why the mother went crazy. Lisa is trying to kick out the mother so she can come back. And look, here's another lie. She said she came back to pick up a few things, but Emma sees what's happening. Emma can see that Lisa is drugging her mom. And here's the thing I would like to know. Where did Lisa get those drugs from anyways? Where do they come from? Where did she get them from? How did she know the pills can do that to people? And you know what? It is crystal clear that Lisa is telling lies. Lisa has been lying and manipulating Emma. And I know I said this before, but when Lisa says, oh, your mom wasn't a very nice person, then what about the grandparents? What about Emma's mom's parents? Did Emma ever ask her mom's parents? What was mom like? What was her favourite food? What was she like as a kid? Because if you ask me, I think that's the biggest plot hole here. Did the kids ever ask their grandparents from their mom's side of what their mom was like? Did they ever visit their grandparents? Or doesn't their mother have any parents at all? That's plot hole 1. And also, she said that Lisa was living in the shed in the woods and saying that she just got back from breaking into the house. But the thing is, everybody was already in the house, so that would have been dangerous for Lisa to break into the house. I'm guessing that she was somewhere else. Not going back to the shed from the house, but maybe somewhere else maybe. Maybe get a new supply of pills or something. Or meeting up with someone about the plan. So yeah, I've pointed that out. And also, I just thought something. It could go both ways. What if both women were terrible? Let's just say, for example, that Emma's mother was a bad person, and she actually did want Emma dead, just for example, and these pills are somehow showing Emma's mom's true feelings. Even if that's the case, Lisa is doing this for selfish reasons, and drugging somebody is illegal. For me, I can't help but feel that Lisa is lying. And okay, at first Emma was on the defense, saying that Lisa was lying and she's drugging her and etc, etc, etc. And everybody kept on blaming her for putting her mother in the hospital. But you know what, I can't help but feel Emma is letting her fears get the best of her. Now, this is my personal opinion, but this is what I truly believe, that Emma is convincing herself to all these things that Lisa is saying is true because she's afraid of her mother. And here's the other thing, Emma should have confronted her mother and said, Mom, do you hate me because I put you in a coma? Emma is assuming things. She should have confronted her mom and asked her if she hated her. And if Emma's mom really hated her, then why did the father say that she really wants to see you? Now, I don't want to assume things, but it could have been one or two things. 1, the mother wants to get close so she can kill Emma, or 2, her mom really does love Emma. It's going to be one of those two things. And when Lisa says, oh, remember how good we had it? Don't you miss this? And showing her a picture from their last vacation, it seems pretty convenient that Lisa has that picture with her, considering the last time they met in part 1. They left on bad terms, and for some strange reason, Lisa has a picture of her and Emma together on their last vacation. So why wasn't the brother and the father with them in that picture? I mean, was this all planned out? Or does Lisa really do care about the family? That she just wants to come home and be part of the family again? I mean, if she really does care about the family, then she could have done one or two things. Number 1, left the family, seeing how well and happy they are with their real mom back. Or 2, Lisa doesn't like to share the family or the husband. I don't think Lisa likes to share. Lisa just sees Emma's mom as the woman who took her husband away, even though Lisa was the one who took away Emma's mom's husband first. I mean, come on, Emma's mom did make some good points when she confronted Lisa in part 1, and that's when Lisa got really angry and splashed the tea on top of her. Well, not exactly on top of her, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. In part 1, Emma's mom feared losing her family because her husband got remarried to Lisa. And the thing is, we don't know of what the mother's thoughts was when she heard the news that there was another woman. It could have been fear, it could have been envy. I mean, who knows what the mother was feeling. But even saying that, Emma's mom did make an effort to try and get along with Lisa, going to shake Lisa's hand, but Lisa refused it, and welcoming Lisa into her home, and Lisa saying, I don't need to be invited into my own home. And Emma's mom said, we can all call this place home. So I'm pretty sure Emma's mom was ready and willing to make a compromise. But like I said, I don't think Lisa was ready and willing to share. And the fact that she was yelling at the father and telling him there's nothing that he can do for her to forgive him. And she says, I'm out of here, don't bother calling me. So this could be one or two things. Number 1, it's a revenge quest to ruin the family's life. Number 2, she wants to worm her way back into the family and get rid of the mother. Or number 3, yes, I know I said there was 2, but there's a third one, that Lisa really does miss the family, and she's doing all this in the name of love, that she really wants her family back, and she wants to get rid of the mother in order to get that family back. Or number 4, yes, there's a number 4, Lisa really does know what the mother is really like, which I do find hard to believe, because how could Lisa not know that her husband was married to Emma's mom, even though Lisa said that she knew her mom from ages back? I mean, seriously, how could she not know? But I guess that's part of Lisa's lies. That's if she's lying. And to be honest, in a way, I don't know who to believe, Lisa or the mother. Now, even though I know that Lisa is lying, but really, what do we know about the mother? What's her past like? Who was she before the coma? I mean, for all we know, both women could be awful. And also, how do we know that Lisa truly loves Emma? She could just be making it up, being all happy and cheery, and then when the kids finally leave home, Lisa will have the husband all to herself, and she'll be glad for the kids to leave. But you know what? I'm assuming things. Or maybe it's the third option. Maybe Lisa really does care about the family. Or is this just Emma's viewpoint because she sees Lisa as the two lesser evils, and Lisa is the better option? Is that what Emma sees? And then Lisa says, "This is my new number, and keep it away from your dad and brother," and she promises she'll never drug her mom ever again, and call me if you ever need anything. And she also says that she has a plan to get the family back together. I can't help but feel that Lisa is manipulating Emma. I mean, do you guys feel this? And the fact that Lisa needs Emma's help to pull this plan off seems a bit too convenient, that Lisa has a plan, but she needs Emma's help to pull it off. And then Lisa says she won't be back, and then Emma has a choice between her real mom or the woman who raised her, which was Lisa. And I know why she didn't flush these pills away or call the police. It was because it was Emma's fear of her mother. Emma wants everything to go back to the way it was before her mother woke up from a coma, and Lisa's plan seems more appealing to her. Lisa has manipulated her, used her fears against her, and made it look like the old ways were more appealing to her. At the very least, that's how I see it anyways. But what Lisa is doing now is illegal. I don't know. Even though I'm giving these obvious answers, I know for a fact that My Story Animated will twist the stories of what we assume was going to happen to something that we didn't expect. Like, maybe the mother is a bad guy, and Lisa is really the good guy. I can't help but feel that's how the story's going to progress. We think it's going to be the obvious, but instead they take it into a different direction. That's what I think anyways. And so, let's move on.
Suddenly, my thoughts were interrupted by a click at the door. My dad and brother were home. I know this was stupid, but instead of telling them about Lisa immediately, I ran to greet them. They seemed, well, pretty happy. They explained that Mom could come home pretty soon, maybe even a week or 2 if we're lucky. I know I should have been happy, but this just sent me into tears. I ran into my room and locked the door. What if she would try to kill me again? Or worse, what if she pretended everything was okay, but secretly hated me?
What if she tried to kill me, or worse, she pretended everything was okay, but really hated me? This girl needs to get her priorities straight. Shouldn't it be the other way around? I mean, come on. I think being killed is probably the worst thing than being hated by your own mom. I think Emma might be having a breakdown. And when it comes to the father and the brother being happy that the mother is going to be released in a few weeks, she starts crying and runs away to her room. Emma has something to fear now. She's crying out of fear. While the brother and the husband is happy about it, she's actually crying about it. And you know what? I think the father and the brother should consider Emma's feelings, and Emma should do the same with her brother and her father. What I'm trying to say is, they should sit down and talk about it. Yes, of course, her dad and her brother should think about Emma's feelings, especially the brother. If you ask me, I think this family needs some counselling, because I really do think that this family really does need some counselling. I mean, they don't even talk about their own feelings with each other. They just assume things, blame things on other people, blame things on each of the family. They have regrets and anger issues, fear, sadness. So yeah, I'm definitely going to say that this family really does need some counselling. That's possibly the only thing that can fix this broken family. And so, let's continue.
I tried to collect myself and went out and told my dad and brother that they were just happy tears. I was overwhelmed. I insisted I was okay and understood, but deep down, I was pretty scared. I decided that I was just going to forget it all ever happened, to toss the pills and forget Lisa ever happened, at least until that night happened. See, I had so many nightmares. Every time I closed my eyes, there were new terrible twists of horror. All of them involving my mom as a monster saying she hated me, and Lisa being washed out to sea. After waking up every 20 minutes for a couple of hours, I decided to go get myself a glass of water.
So Emma was going to throw away the pills and forget that Lisa ever existed. I think Emma at that point might have been thinking of giving her mother a second chance, and is trying to take into consideration her father and her brother's feelings. And she was just hiding her fear. And I've said this time and time again in this video, that Emma is letting her fears get the best of her. That her mom is coming to get her and she hates her, and Lisa is going to go away. To be honest, I know what sort of dreams these are. These are the sort of dreams, or nightmares, that we fear in real life. And the more we think about them, and the more worried we are about our problems, we have nightmares of those problems. Trust me, it's happened to me plenty of times. And these nightmares is the product of all of her problems. She gets attacked by her mother, she thinks her mother hates her, she was told that her mother hates her, and then the nightmares settle in, and this in turn generates more fear and more paranoia. Although I have to admit, that nightmare with her mom looks freaky. So yeah, let's carry on.
That's when I heard my dad crying. I peeked around the corner to see him sitting there in the kitchen, sobbing to himself while looking at a piece of paper. I walked in and asked if he was okay, and he quickly shoved the paper into the drawer, and I pretended not to notice. He just told me he was feeling overwhelmed right now. Everything had been a big adjustment for him. I asked him why he wasn't happy about Mom coming home. He said he was super excited. It was just adult stuff, and it was complicated. He left and said he was going to bed, giving me a kiss on the forehead and telling me he loved me. As soon as he left, I ran over to the drawer and dug through it. Crushed in the back of the forks and spoons was a picture of Lisa.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Talk about complicated. Okay, I know some people are going to say that the father's gotten over the mother and he wants Lisa back and he misses Lisa. Okay, so which one is it? We've seen him be happy with his wife, but now here he's crying about Lisa. This is one of the most complicated situations ever. I mean, the mother wants to be with her family, but seems to hate Emma. The brother wants her mom back. Emma is afraid of her mom. Emma is conflicted about everything. The father misses Lisa. Lisa hates the mother and is drugging her. I mean, come on, this is just ridiculous. I mean, who's the father doing this for? Does he want the mother to stay just for the sake of his kids, but still loves Lisa? Or does he still love his wife, but also loves Lisa? I know I said this once, but man, talk about a complicated situation. Like I said, this family needs some counselling. I mean, the father should just be honest with himself and tell his kids how he really feels. I mean, if he still loves Lisa, he should come out and say so, instead of doing it for his kids. Like I said, this family needs some counselling. And so, let's move on to the final clip.
He had been crying over her. He wasn't over her. It sounds harsh, but my mom kind of ruined everything when she woke up. I was so conflicted. But at the same time, I think this sealed the deal. All I ever wanted was my mom back in my life. But she really just hates me. With these pills, I could probably keep her out of my life forever. I don't know if I should tell anyone about Lisa's visit. When I got back to my room, I dug up that little paper Lisa gave me and sent the number a text. We need to talk. Tune in next time to hear what happened.
So, Emma's going to go with Lisa's plan. Well, we don't actually know what Lisa's plan is going to be, but Emma's made up her mind and believes that her mom ruined the family. She thinks her dad would be happy with Lisa, and Lisa is manipulating, or we assume that she's manipulating Emma into loving her so that Lisa can get back with the family. But I mean, look at that chart. It has the father, Lisa, and Emma, and the brother isn't nowhere to be seen. Has Emma ever thought about what her brother wants? And yes, I understand, Emma's brother does somewhat blame Emma for putting their mom in a coma, but I think, thanks to the gap between them now, Emma is only going to concentrate on herself, her father, and Lisa. I don't think Emma actually cares what her brother thinks anymore. Emma is only thinking about herself, her dad, and Lisa. Did Emma ever think about her brother? Of what he would say and do if he ever caught Emma doing what she's doing? Emma's just going to lie to her brother and just say, oh look, see, she's crazy. Everything was better before Mom woke up. If Emma gets caught, this will truly be the end of trust between the family. Her brother will hate her forever, and who knows what the mother's going to say, or the father. Even though Emma had doubts before, but after seeing her father cry over Lisa, alongside Emma's fear for her mother, this push was all she needed to go with Lisa's plan. Because A, Emma thinks that her mother hates her. I mean, I don't know what the plan is going to be, but if it's anything big, like murder or something, then she has to stop. But if she's going to put her in a mental asylum by using those pills, or have her locked up or something, then she is no better than Lisa. Like I said before, Emma is letting her fears get the better of her. And if it is true that her mom wants to kill her, then the mother should be locked up. But like I said, this family needs some counselling. And listen, I don't know if it's true or not that the mother wants to kill Emma, or it's just those pills that's making her go funny. Besides from the mother, I think Emma really needs some counselling. Now, I will say this about this video. It's not as good as the first one, but it's a good continuation of the story. And I hate the fact that we have to wait for a part 3. Let's just pray to God that it's not going to be a part 4 or part 5, and we have to wait 6 months for each one. I give this video a 9 out of 10. It's a good continuation. I wish they would have put some music in it, but hey, that's just me. So let's just hope they don't leave it for about 6 months until they bring out part 3. For me, I think Emma is letting her fears get the better of her, and Lisa is manipulating her. And like I said, this is an extremely complicated situation. But I guess we'll have to wait and see until part 3 comes out. So what do you guys think? Was the story good? Did you like it? Please let me know in the comment section below, and let's get a discussion going. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. And if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Don't forget to like, subscribe, put the bell on, share this video, and leave a comment in the comment sections below. And as for my social medias, I'm literally freaking everywhere! I'm on most video platforms, social medias, forums, and support sites. It's best to pause the video and see where I am. Literally all of this is down in the description box below. So if you want to go and check those out, please do. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.